Let's now set up the scene for the night shot. Before we actually do that, in here you can see that on the surface, the shadows are still disappearing. And in the last lesson, we did type in a console command to avoid this problem. But for some reason, whenever you restart your project, you have to type in that console command again. Now to resolve this problem, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to close Unreal Engine. I'm going to open up the config folder of this project, and I'm going to open up this file, defaultengine.ini. Let me enlarge this window. And now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to type in that console command in here. I'm going to press enter and type in r.raytracing.culling is equal to 0. Okay, let's save this file, and I'm going to close this thing. Let's go back and open up this project. I'm going to go into content and open up this level, and I'm going to close this thing. Let me just close these folders, and I'm going to hide the night scene for path tracing and for Lumen, and let me enlarge this window. And there we go. Now you can see that we no longer have that shadow disappearing problem in here. And you no longer need to type in that console command each time you restart your project. So let's now set up the scene for the night shot. I'm just going to go in here and hide the environment lights and enable the night scene folder. And let's go ahead and have a quick walk around of this thing. And yeah, I think for the most part, everything looks pretty good. We don't have any sort of assets outside this HDRI, and I think everything looks good. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do in here is to, let me just get closer to my scene. There we go. Yeah, let me open this level sequence and open up this third shot. And I'm going to split this window. Let's open up the camera preview, and I'm going to hide this cube. You know what? Let's just select this cube and type in here, actor hidden in game. There it is. I'm gonna just check this box because we want to make sure that it doesn't appear in our renders. The purpose of this cube is to only, group together all of these assets. We don't want this cube to appear in our renders as well. So for that, you just need to go in here into the details panel and search for actor hidden in game and check this box. Now it will definitely appear in your scene, but it's not gonna appear in your renders. I'm gonna now just hide this cube from here, and let me just close this folder. I'm gonna save everything. And the first thing that I'm going to do in here to set up my scene for the night shot is that I'm just gonna open up this environment lights folder, select the directional light, and just copy these rotation values. Now I'm gonna close this folder, open up this night scene folder. I'm gonna select this directional light and paste that in here. There we go. Now we have this directional light opposite to the direction of camera. And let's play this animation. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm just gonna enlarge this window, and let's see. I think I should bring down the fog intensity to, I don't know, let's type in 0.02. Yeah, I think now it looks good. And let's see, I think I should also just reset the view distance as well. There we go. And let's play this animation. Yeah, everything looks good. I'm gonna save everything, and let's split this window. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna first enable the lights that we attached with the sci-fi hover bikes. Let me close this folder, and I'm gonna open up Patrol Troopers folder. I'm gonna select all these spotlights from here. Oops. There we go, and I'm gonna check this box, effects world. Okay, let's see if they're working. I'm gonna press G on my keyboard. Yeah, they're working fine, as you can see. Let's enlarge this window and see how they look like. They're not very visible because they are in the back of the speeder. So I think I'm gonna have to attach some more lights with the speeder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split this window, and let's attach some lights with the speeder. Let me just move to frame number 100. I'm gonna enlarge this window, and let's see, where's the speeder? I'm gonna just press G to disable game mode, and I think it'd be somewhere around here. There we go. I'm just gonna get closer to this thing, and let's bring in a point light. I'm gonna bring it here, and let me just move this thing somewhere around here. I'm gonna bring it down on Z-axis, and move this thing on X, and again down to maybe just about there, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, I think it looks good. Perhaps I should move it maybe just about there. Yeah, I think it looks good. I'm gonna now go ahead and move this to the folder of Patrol Troopers. And which speeder is it? It's this one. And I'm gonna parent this point light with this sci-fi hover bike, okay? Okay, I'm gonna select this light and let me split this window. I'm gonna press G in here to enable the game mode. And let me select that point light. Let's see. I'm gonna press Q. Perhaps the intensity is not that much, so I'm just gonna increase it to, let's say, 200. And I'll definitely like to change the light color as well to completely red, I guess. And maybe I think I should just adjust the attenuation radius as well. Let's bring this thing down to, I guess, just about there. And I'm gonna also increase the volumetric scattering intensity as well to, I don't know, 20, let's say. Yeah, I think 20 is fine. And let's now play this animation. First, let me enlarge this window. Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna now duplicate this point light and parent it to the speeder. I'm gonna press W on my keyboard to bring in this gizmo and move it just about there. I'm gonna press F to focus, and let's adjust the position. I'm gonna bring it somewhere around here, maybe a little bit up on Z axis, and maybe bring it just about there, I guess. And perhaps a little bit up on Z, or maybe not. Yeah, let's just keep it here. Okay. I'm gonna save everything. Let's enlarge this window and let's play this animation. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay. Now, one other thing that we can do in here is to add a little bit of flickering to these lights. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my content browser and go into this custom materials folder. And let's create a new material. I'm going to call this thing as m underscore light underscore flickering. And I'm going to open up this material. First up, I'm just going to change the material domain to light function. And let's bring in a time node. And I'm going to also bring in a multiply node as well. I'm going to connect this node with this one. And let's bring in a parameter. I'm going to call this as frequency. This is going to be the frequency of the flickering. I'm going to move it here, and let's connect this node with this one. And I'm going to bring this one here, and I'm going to connect this node with the sine node. I'm going to connect it with the immersive color. I'm going to select the frequency parameter, and let's set the default value of 10. It's pretty quick, so let's try 1. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's save everything. And I'm going to create a material instance. And where's the point light? There it is. I'm just going to select this point light, and in the details panel, I'm going to search for light function. There it is, light function material. I'm just going to drag this material instance and drop it in here. Now you can see that we have this flickering of light. Let's play this animation and see how it looks like. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's do the same thing with this point light as well. I'm just going to drag it and drop it in here. And let's play this animation. Perhaps I should increase the intensity of these point lights to, I don't know, maybe let's say 500. And let's see. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let me split this window and just move somewhere around here. Um, I think both of these point lights are flickering at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna go into my content browser and let's duplicate this material instance. I'm gonna open up this material instance and set the frequency to 0.8. I'm gonna save this thing and I'm gonna select this light, and let me just bring up the light function. There it is. I'm just gonna drag the second one and drop it in here. I'm gonna save everything and let's see how this thing looks like. Yeah, now they are flickering at different times. Okay. I think I should increase the attenuation radius. I don't know, maybe let's say set it back to 1000. I'm gonna save everything, enlarge this window, and let's see how this thing looks like. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna now split this window and where are the Minova assets? Yeah, they're there. I'm gonna enlarge this window and let's now place some point lights around these assets. I'm gonna just select this one and let me just copy the location and oops, I'm gonna bring in a point light into the scene. There we go. I'm just gonna press Alt J on my keyboard to go into the top view, and I'm gonna press F to focus on this point light. Let's just zoom out of here and I'm gonna paste that location. I'm gonna move this point light to just about there and let me increase the attenuation radius. And let me adjust the position of this point light. There we go. I'm going to create a duplicate copy of this thing and bring it just about there. Let me select both of these point lights from the outliner, and I'm going to create another duplicate copy of these two lights and bring them just about there. Okay, I'm going to select all of these point lights. Let's press Alt G on the keyboard to go into the perspective mode, and let's see, I'm going to bring them up to maybe just about there. And of course, I'm going to have to increase the intensity. Let's increase this to, let's say, 10,000. It's not enough. Let's add another 0 in here. And I'm going to just split this window to see how it looks like. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Perhaps I should adjust the position of these lights to maybe just about there, I guess. Just about there. Let's play this animation. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Let's save everything. And let's now place some point lights around other assets. You know what? I'm just going to delete this one. I don't like it here. And I'm going to place a few lights around this one. So I'm just going to copy the location go into the top view by pressing Alt J. I'm going to press F to focus, and let's bring in a point light. First, let me enlarge this window. I'm going to go into Get Content, go into Lights, and bring in a point light into the scene and place it just about there. Let's paste the location, and I'm just going to bring it somewhere around here. Okay. I'm going to create another duplicate copy, bring it just about there, and maybe another one in here as well. I'm going to create another copy, bring it somewhere around here, create another copy, place it just about there, and finally one last copy and place it somewhere around here. There we go. Let's now split this window and see how it looks like. I'm just going to go into the outliner and select all these lights. Of course, we're going to have to increase the attenuation radius. I'm just going to type 1000 in here. Yeah, that is definitely not enough. So I'm just going to increase it to 20,000, let's say. And let's increase the intensity of light. I don't know. I'm just going to type 10,000 in here. And let me just press Alt J on the keyboard. I think I should bring them up on Z to just about there. And let's add another 0 in here. 100,000. Let me just move the sequencer. And I'm just going to press Q on my keyboard to hide the Skismo. Perhaps another 0 in here. I don't know. Let's type 2 in here. Yeah, I think it looks good, but we don't have much of a light around the other assets. So let me see. Yeah, I think most of the light is coming from this point light number 8, but the others are not doing so well. So I'm just going to select other lights and increase the intensity to, let's say, I'm just going to type 1 in here and add another 0. Yeah, I think now it looks a lot better. Let's type 2 in here and see what happens. Yeah, it looks good. Let's see. Let's play this animation. I think I should enlarge this window first and bring this one down here. And let's play this animation now. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this lesson. And in the next lesson, we'll set up the lighting for path tracing. So I'll see you guys in the next one.